Alright guys, welcome back to JForce Gaming, and today we are going to show you this really amazing cloud gateway right here. Alright, it's the Unifi Dream Machine Special Edition. Alright, so what is this thing about? Alright, so if you're unsure about cloud gateway, alright, so this is basically gateway, alright, that let's say if you have like multiple cameras right around your house, alright, and the cameras run on their own devices, alright, their own hardware, alright, and you have your home network also run on your own home network hardware that's provided by your network provider, and sometimes maybe you have some door access, alright, or like some smart appliances, right, all run on their individual home network, alright. But what if I tell you, alright, this thing is able to unify all of them, alright, into one for easy configuration, for easy troubleshooting, alright, for easy monitoring all of the devices in your home. Alright, so yeah, but of course you will need to get all the devices from Unifi, ubiquiti, Unifi, alright. But I will tell you, because this thing is very worth it, alright, because this thing has been used widely, alright, by many small medium enterprises, alright, or even home devices, because Unifi, they make it very affordable, right, for consumers like me and you, right, to have a full server networking, right, in your own home. So this thing is really cool, right. A device like this, alright, for industrial grade, right, it probably will cost you over like few thousands of dollars, but this thing is way less than that, alright. So we'll just unbox first, alright, and show you what you get inside this, alright. And yeah, for the Unifi, they have the Pro edition as well, right? But for me, this one is the special edition. Later I'm going to tell you the difference between the Pro and the special edition, right? So you guys can think and judge for yourself which one should you get, alright? But both does, alright, the Pro version and the special edition does get the job done. So both are really great, alright? And see which one actually suits your budgets and needs. Alright, but let's get it out. Okay, this thing is pretty heavy, alright? So to have this, alright, you will probably need to have a server rack, alright. But don't worry, if you don't have a server rack, you can just get their server rack from ubiquiti, alright, or Unifi if you call it, alright. And they have sell this U6TL server rack, which is like a medium-sized rack. In a later part of video, you can see the rack itself, alright, which I get from them, alright. So for the rack, you can it's a very small rack, so it doesn't take up much space, and you can use it to insert up to 6 you get like those 24 switches, or probably like one of these, and other PoE switches, you can install them. Alright, but anyway, let me just take this thing out. So I think if you guys are into server and networking, you guys probably have seen this kind of devices in those major industries, or big companies, alright. So let's see what items we get inside here. Alright, these are a few accessories we get. Right, we have a get started card right over here, alright, to set up the machine itself, right, to mount it. We get a really nice braided, alright, power cable, alright, to power up your machine itself, alright. And we do get a bunch of mounts and screw, alright, for you to mount this thing onto your server rack, alright. So it's very nice package, alright. And we have I think here is the L-shaped, alright, mount, alright, also for the server itself, alright. So for the server rack itself, alright. So you can just mount this. I don't know if you guys can see, you can just mount this at the side, alright, so that you can screw it into your server to keep it in place, alright. So these are all the accessories you get, alright. It's very straightforward, alright. But today our main feature is this PoE switch over here, alright. So this thing is definitely very heavy, alright. And as you guys can see, alright, there is like a WAN port, Ethernet port, and there is 8 PoE switches over here, alright. So if you guys don't know what does PoE switches means, alright, it's called power over Ethernet. So what this means is it's able to deliver power through these ports, right? So it's able to deliver both the power and data. So if you were to get any of the let's say security cameras, right, or like access points, all this, alright, from ubiquiti, alright, you guys can get you guys don't have to worry about additional sockets out there, alright, you just need just one Ethernet cable and it's able to deliver both power and data. So you don't have to worry about, you know, asking an electrician to rewire your house to have an outlet at the top right or top left. Alright, you just need to have a long Ethernet cable that supports PoE. Alright, and you can just power up your security cameras, your access points, you know, door locks, all this and that, alright, with just one cable. So this is very, very useful, right? And this is a different compared to the UDM Pro, right? The Pro version doesn't have PoE, so there are those standard switch, standard LAN ports, alright. So if you guys want more future proofing or convenience sake, alright, or like let's say if your house is really built to what it is, alright, and you know it's a bit troublesome to rewire all the electrical circuits, alright, in your house, alright, and it will cost people to, you know, rewire all this, to drill down and such, alright. So this will be a much better option, alright, and more future proofing option as well, because right, there is a WAN port that support up to 2.5 Gbps compared to the Pro version, which supports up to 1 Gbps. Alright, currently my home network is already running at 1 Gbps, so if I were to upgrade, you know, my home network to 2 Gbps in the future, alright, this thing can support the speed, but for the Pro one, they can't. So you know, if you want for more future proofing, alright, I will recommend the special edition one, and it just costs a few $100, 100 plus USD more than the Pro version. So I think it's definitely very worth it to get the special edition for future proofing wise. Alright, so let's talking about the ports, right? They also have a 2.5-inch hard disk tray. Once you just press it in, oh sorry, you can insert both a 3.5-inch and a 2.5-inch drive, right? So whatever drive you have, you can additionally upgrade the storage. But inside here there is 128 gigabytes of storage. So let's say if you have security cameras and you want to record it, alright, you can make use of the internal storage without having additional, you know, hard disk, alright, to record the storage. But you know, once the 128 gig is full, it will just rewrite again. So the footage probably can last a few days or few weeks, alright. But if you want the footage to last few months, alright, you probably would need to add on your own, alright, hard disk. I think this can support up to 8 or 10 terabytes of hard disk, so you don't have to worry about that, alright, which is more than sufficient. But if you want more storage, alright, you can definitely add on, you know, your NAS storage, or you know, all this just by connecting to the PoE switches here, so you can further expand your storage. Like I said, because this thing is a unified cloud gateway, right? So yeah, there is additional space inside here, right? And over here is a mini display, alright, so that you can control all the quick settings over here. Later I'm going to show it to you, alright. At the back, right, they also have a connector for the uninterrupted power supply. So what this means, if you're running like you know, you're running a small business or what, alright, your network cannot be down, alright, or you know, you might lose a lot of other important information. So your network need to be running 24/7 without failure, alright. So this is a very good port, alright, for you to put your uninterrupted power supply. So in case of power trip, alright, your this cloud gateway, or the UDM SE, will still manage to work, right, and run without any issues, alright, until the power backs up, right. And behind here is just the switch itself, power for power, alright. So that is pretty much the whole thing, alright. And the whole quality itself is really, really well built, alright. The whole thing is it's aluminium, alright, so it's very good for dissipating heat as well, alright. And it's very, very premium overall, so you can ensure that this thing can run for years to come, alright, so you don't have to worry about it. Alright, so right now I'm gonna just connect it, power it up, alright, and after that I'm gonna just show you how the overall interface looks like, what can you control with it, what can you do with it, alright. And after that I'm gonna set up the access point for this, alright. And let's just see the internet speed and how good the connection is, alright, with this. Alright, and there's so many things I'm going to show you guys later on. Alright, so right now I'm just going to set this up, power it up, and show you guys how it looks like. Anyways, let's go. Alright, so setting up the UDM SE is very easy, alright. All you have to do is, once you have mounted it onto your server rack, alright, you just have to connect the Ethernet cable, alright, from your network terminal, alright, to your UDM SE, alright, 2.5 gigabits WAN port. Once you have connected it in, you can power it up and let it run, alright. In the meantime, booting up, you guys can download the app, alright, either from the iOS App Store or the Android Play Store. So once you have the Unifi app installed, create an account with Unifi, alright, and after that enable Bluetooth so that the phone can pair with the UDM SE. Alright, so the app will automatically detect the device itself. Alright, once you detect it and it's connected, alright, they will start a configuration process. Alright, and you just have to wait 5 to 7 minutes for it to configure. In the meantime, you don't have to do anything. So once it's done configuring, alright, they will do a speed test, and as you guys can see, my speed test is at 1 Gbps. So as you guys can see, the speed test is about 800 to 900 megabytes upload and download, which is pretty fast, alright, compared to my own, just the normal router itself. Alright, so yeah, so as you can see, this thing utilizes the full speed, alright, the full capabilities of my network. Alright, and after that, I just have to connect an Ethernet cable, alright, from the first output of the PoE switch, right, to my desktop. Right, in this way I can have internet on my desktop PC and also use it to additionally monitor on my PC as well on the dashboard and such. Alright, so if you have multiple devices like the access point, security camera, you can also view them on the dashboard itself. So once everything is set up, done and updated everything, alright, so right now everything is working fine. Alright, but now I need to connect my phone to the internet wirelessly. So I got the Unifi U6 Plus. Alright, so this is the access point. If you guys familiar with, it's like a router, but this access point, the U6 Plus actually is for like offices, small medium offices. So for my home, I think just one will be sufficient. Alright, unless if you have a really big office or big warehouse, alright, you probably need two, but for my home I think it's way more than sufficient with just one enough. Okay, so I'm gonna just unbox and see what we have here. Alright, and see what we get if you buy the U6 Plus. Alright, they have other they have their Dream router, they have a lot of other U6 AP as well. Alright, you can buy one that suits your budget and your needs and the amount of devices connected to it. Alright, this thing can connect up to a lot of devices, I think up to 300 devices without any issues. Alright, and this thing is mainly to be mounted onto the ceiling. Alright, but in my house I cannot do any drilling on the ceiling because I'm living in a high-rise building, so any drilling need to be done, I need to do a lot of paperwork, a lot of approval and such, which is very time consuming. For anyways, I'm just gonna put it probably just on the table. Alright, but access point is best to be mounted in a high area, alright, so that have the optimal connection and efficiency as well. Alright, so yeah, inside here is the AP, as you guys can see, very nice. Alright, and for the connection wise, alright, as I say, because the UDM SE alright has a built-in PoE switch, so you don't have to buy additional PoE switches. Additional PoE switch, alright, because it has a built-in PoE with the LAN ports. So you just have to connect the LAN cable into the cable over here, as you guys can see, alright, into the internet cable, and it will power up this and you are good to go. Alright, so just one internet cable will do. Alright, and we have here, alright, is this thing is for you to put onto the wall if you were to do this yourself. Alright, you have this little liquid over here, as you guys can see, alright, to check how straight it is. So it's very nicely. Alright, so you can use this to drill the hole first before adding in the actual base plate itself. Alright, and they give you a few types, so this thing can just easily remove onto the walls. Alright, so it's just a twist and pull mechanism, so you can screw this in and in the end and first put this in. Alright, so yeah, it's a very simple mechanism, and this is what you get when you get a U6 Plus. Alright, and the rest of it, the other thing is just the screws and struts for you to drill onto the wall. But all this I won't be needing them because I'll be putting them on the table. So I'm gonna just put all this aside. Alright, so right now we are going to just set up this access point, and we're gonna do a quick speed test and show you what are the kind of configuration that you can do, alright, with this access point. Alright, so setting up the access point is very easy. Alright, so the first thing I have to do is just connect one end of the Ethernet cable to the UDM SE, alright, and the other end of the Ethernet cable to the U6 Plus. So once I connected it in, alright, I do not need additional power because it's powered over Ethernet. Alright, so once it is powered, alright, you can it's powered on, and the device will automatically configure itself. And if you go into the dashboard, you can see that the U6 Plus is automatically detected. Alright, so once the everything is configured on the UDM SE, alright, you can choose to update the firmware. Alright, best to keep it updated for security issues, alright, and stability. So once you're all done with that, alright, you can add your own Wi-Fi networks. Alright, so you can set your own name, alright, and your own password. And once it's done, alright, if you don't want to, go with all the manual, details, you are unsure, what to do, alright, just keep the check mark check at auto. Alright, so once you leave it at auto, alright, you automatically configure all the things you need. Alright, and yeah, so once it's done, you just go onto your phone and you can see the Wi-Fi network over there. Alright, so you can connect it to it, and because the U6 Plus is on Wi-Fi 6, so you can ensure that you have a way faster and way stable Wi-Fi, alright, compared to your old router which is using Wi-Fi 5. So once it's done, alright, I just did a quick speed test and I am surprised by the speed. Alright, so I'm getting about 300 to 400 megabytes, alright, on download and upload. Alright, that is really fast, alright, compared to my previous router, which gets about 100 to 200 megabytes upload and download. Alright, so yeah, because this is on Wi-Fi speed, so that is really fast enough already. Alright, and but if I do a speed test on my desktop, right, I'm getting about 800 to 900 megabytes upload and download. So that is correct, because my internet is 1 Gbps subscription plan. So yeah, so setting up the Wi-Fi, the AP is very simple. Alright, you can see, as has seen from it, alright, there's not a lot of troubleshooting. Alright, compared to traditional router, alright, I feel that if I were to set up a traditional router, alright, it will be much more troublesome to set it up compared to this one itself. Alright, and like I say, the coverage is really good. Alright, so I set up my AP at one end of my my house. Alright, and I was at the other end of the house, alright, through at least like 2 or 3 walls, alright, and I still get a solid 3 bars connection. Sometimes it might drop down to 2, but I still maintain a 3 bar connection. Did a speed test, and although the speed did drop a bit, but it's not that drastic. It's still much faster than a full 4 bar of my old router. Alright, so I'm getting about like 280 to 350 megabytes per second. That is pretty good. Alright, and that is really good. So if you are at home, alright, or unless you have a 2-story home or 3-story home, you probably need multiple access points. But if it's like mine, a 1-level high-rise building, alright, I think just one will be sufficient. Alright, so yeah, setting up the internet, it is that simple. Alright, so you guys have watched the whole thing itself. It's from setting up the UDM, alright, to adding access points. Alright, everything is so easy. Alright, you don't need a professional to do it. You can do it yourself, and they have a lot of instruction. And if you're not sure, you can also rewatch my YouTube video again, or some other who have a more detailed explanation on how to set it up. Alright, and there's so many settings, alright, that you can configure to your own needs. Alright, so this UDM is a really very powerful device. Alright, and it's very safe. Alright, you have all the built-in securities that you need. Alright, very stable. Alright, and a lot of good reviews on them. So if you're looking for a one-stop solutions, alright, for your old home network or your office and everything, alright, this will be a recommended one, because first of all, the price is super cheap, but yet they don't cheap out on the quality. Alright, so you get a really good device and reliable device, alright, for a fraction of the price that usually you will pay for other brands out there. Alright, and it just works so seamlessly with any other Unifi devices. Alright, like the AP, the Protect, the access gateway, all this and that. Alright, which you can buy to add on. Alright, to to further expand the needs of your needs. Alright, and because this UDM has more than 8 PoE switches, I think it's more than enough if you're using this for your home. I don't think you'll need additional switches, but if you need, they do have switches. Let's say if your home, you need like maybe one for the door access, one Ethernet port, one is for connect to your PC, one is basically for like maybe you need 2 for access point, or 1 Ethernet port for the access point, 4 security cameras. I think that's taking out all the 8 ports you need. So I think it's really sufficient, unless you want to add on like a NAS storage or whatever, right, or any other cloud storage, or anything that uses switches. The Ethernet switch, you'll probably need to get a switches yourself, but I think 8 is more than enough. Alright, so yeah, so in the next video I might be adding in the security camera. So I might be getting the security camera to you know, add some security camera to my house. I think then everything will be very easy, so I can, you know, check the network and, you know, check the security cameras all in one unified solution. Alright, so that's it for today's video. Alright, and if you enjoyed today's really unique video, do let me know in the comment section down below, and do give it a thumbs up. Alright, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, which will be soon. Alright, where I'll be getting the adding on the Unifi Protect, the security camera, so you guys can watch for that, and you guys can see my personal honest review on this thing itself. Alright, and yeah, so yeah, that's all for today, guys, and this is 𝖩force Gaming, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Peace out.
I don't wanna cry.